Yo, what up? It's your boy. We're back with another episode of the Gold Standard Super Bowl recap. The Eagles put the beat on Kansas City. Also, NBA replacements. Trae Young, Kyrie Irving added to the All-Star game. Sneaker news. The Black Metallic 5 reimagined. Y'all went crazy in the streets. We're going to talk about all that, get into it, along with the Kendrick Lamar halftime. We'll get into all that. Again, it's the gold standard. Let's get it! Yo. So it's your boy, TheWiseSole, back with another episode of the Gold Standard. Thanks for tuning in. If you get a chance, make sure you hit the follow, subscribe button. Follow me on all the socials below. We talk sports, we talk sneakers. We just have fun, man. I talk a lot of trash about my team when we winning and losing. We do all that, but I also have fun and I enjoy sports. That's what it's all about. But let's go ahead and get right into it. The Super Bowl 59 went down yesterday. Well, as of the time of this recording is yesterday. When I release this, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway, it went down Sunday. Super Bowl 59. The Eagles, like I said earlier, put the beats on Kansas City. And so let me just say this first. The Pat Mahomes GOAT conversation, we gotta chill, man. We gotta chill. Like, he's 3-2 in Super Bowls now. Not only is he 3-2, he's getting beat down when he loses. And honestly, even when he wins, he's not lighting up the scoreboard. He's not going crazy. So everybody chill with the Pat Mahomes as the GOAT thing. Don't get it wrong. Pat Mahomes is a very elite level QB. This season, he was mid. I'm going to just be completely honest with you. Pat Mahomes was very mid this season. The team was successful. They had an amazing record, but Pat Mahomes didn't really light up the stats this year. I mean, he was okay. But let's talk about the game. Man, the game was boring as hell, man. It was snoozy. Unless you're an Eagles fan, nobody cared, man. The game was terrible. It was over at halftime. The Eagles were up 24-0 at half. The first half was dominated by Philadelphia. And it's funny, I talked about this last week. The build up to the Super Bowl, the hype just wasn't there. The NBA had stepped on any momentum the NFL had with the trade deadline and so forth. And it's almost like they had a game that reflected how the last week, 2 weeks of the build up went. But congratulations to all the Eagles fans. But the game itself, that Philadelphia defensive line, it was all about the D-line, man. They put pressure on Mahomes. They sacked Mahomes. We got sacked, 5, 6, 7 times? And when he wasn't getting sacked, he was running for his life, scrambling, trying to throw the ball away, turning it over. Hey, the Eagles D-line, man, they truly dominated Kansas City's offensive line. I can't say I've seen a performance like that Super Bowl wise in a long time. Now the final score was 40-22. Kansas City, they scored 16, 17 points in the fourth quarter. It was garbage time. It was never in question. And how do we feel about all that? Does this change the Kansas City dynasty? Is Andy Reid not considered one of the GOAT coaches anymore? Are we taking them off of the pedestal because of this one Super Bowl loss? Again, it was a bad loss. Don't get me wrong. It was a bad loss. But what does it mean for Kansas City going forward? I'll tell you this. What it means for Philadelphia going forward, them boys going to be around for a while. So everybody else that thought they was about to come up, Detroit, Green Bay, Philadelphia isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And with that front four, their D-line, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, they still got weapons offensively. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts. The only player that really balled out offensively was Jalen Hurts. Hey, Spags and the Kansas City defense, they had my guy Saquon boxed up. I did not expect that. Let me look at the stats real quick. Saquon, he was 25 attempts for 57 yards. That's like two and a half yards a carry. Saquon was boxed up. I did not see that. By the way, Saquon, congratulations to you. But you ruined my parlay, man. I only needed a touchdown from you. I would have hit on my parlay and you ruined that. So I ain't gonna lie, that kind of threw me for a loop. I was upset. But Saquon, congratulations. You're a Super Bowl champion. You don't care about our parlays. I understand that. But Jalen Hurts, let's see. He was 17 to 22, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and then he rushed for like 65, 70 yards. Super Bowl MVP. That's all he needed to do to win the game because his defense put him in position to win the game. They had turnovers. They had a pick six. Mahomes, as you guys like to say about Sam Darnold, Mahomes was seeing ghosts in the Super Bowl. Even if the rush wasn't getting there right away, he felt like it was, and he was off balance, off everything. He was throwing the ball all over the place. Mahomes did not ball out. But again, back to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. It's all about the Eagles at this point. You guys are Super Bowl 59 champions. Now 2-time Super Bowl champions. I don't know how the rest of the NFC East feels. Dallas, Washington, New York Giants. How do y'all feel about that? I mean, the NFC in general, it's going to be a problem getting past Philadelphia for the foreseeable future. But the blueprint is out there beating Kansas City. It's put the pressure on Mahomes, but it was kind of out there previously when Tampa Bay beat them a few years back. If you can get that pressure on KC and get to them without blitzing, that's the key part here. They got the pressure, they got the sacks without having to blitz Mahomes. That was the difference right there. They were able to drop 7 in coverage. They had the picks, turnovers. Cooper DeJean, there was a point. Let me say this about Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean had Travis Kelce in clamps. There were a few plays I watched where Kelce damn near couldn't get off the line. And I'm like, yo, this Cooper DeJean dude he's really like that. And we'll talk about that going into the next season. Cooper DeJean, he might be one of them ones. Y'all can hate on him because he a white dude playing DB. I understand, whatever. But he might be one of them ones. Congratulations again to Philadelphia. Y'all, from the jump, man, y'all got off to a strong start. Look at this. It was like, what, 17-0? Or actually, what? Yeah, 17-0. Going in right before halftime, and then they scored again. It was over. Once it was 24-0 going into half, they'll say, oh, Kansas City's come back from Super Bowls before. They've been down double digits and come back. Nope, not this time. I knew it was over. I was ready to get to the halftime show at that point, which most of America seemed to be. If you were following on Twitter, it was nobody cared about the game. And I always just want a competitive Super Bowl. If we can get a competitive Super Bowl, when my team isn't playing, we just want a competitive game. And this was not it. The game was boring because it wasn't competitive. But the halftime show, man, the halftime show had a lot of people in their feelings. Like, a lot of y'all did not enjoy the halftime show, and a lot of people did enjoy the halftime show. I made a post about it right after the halftime show that I thought it was amazing, and it was one of the best halftime performances I've seen, but I understood the assignment. There are 2 groups of people out there who didn't enjoy Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. One, they're either not a part of the culture, so they really shouldn't even be commenting on the halftime show to begin with. Or two, they were just Drake stans. They were Drake stans and they were mad. And the funny thing about all of this, the halftime show wasn't even really about Drake. It was like a small portion that was dedicated to Drake, and that was a Not Like Us track, which we all knew or we were hoping was going to get played. So outside of that, it wasn't even really about Drake. It was about Kendrick telling a story, the whole Samuel L. Jackson part of it, playing Uncle Sam. SZA did her thing. The Serena Williams part, that was about Drake. That was about Drake. And it was hilarious. But I thought Kendrick put on an amazing performance. I've seen Kendrick Lamar live, so I knew what kind of performance he would give. And everybody's like, well, he didn't play records off of his old albums, all that shit. Look, he's about to go on tour. There's plenty of time for all of that. My man had 12 minutes to go ahead and tell a story for the halftime show. And it's like I told one of the homies, it was a flawless victory, man. Speaking of, if you want to break down of Kendrick Lamar and the halftime show, my guy Crew, the HHSB Crew, he actually did a live during halftime. He actually did another video where he broke down the set and Kendrick's performance. Go ahead and tap into that. He's on YouTube. Great coverage of the whole Kendrick thing. He's definitely one of the guys when it comes to this music stuff you want to tap into. So Kendrick did his thing, man. I was happy. It was an amazing show. The West Coast showed up and we represented for Kendrick and Kendrick represented for us. And I enjoyed it, man. You can say what you want. Again, you're either not a part of the culture or you're a Drake stan. And look, I don't even hate Drake. Drake is cool. I like Drake with the melodies, man. Just like Kendrick said, I like Drake with the melodies. So when he drops another album, he got the melody songs on there, I'm going to tap in and listen. I don't hate Drake like that. But Kendrick, I'm going to always ride with Kendrick, man. That's just what it is. So, Kendrick, you did your thing. Hey, light-skinned dudes, yesterday, man, wasn't a good day for you. Pat Mahomes, Drake, didn't go well. Again, it was just a small portion about Drake. Anyway, back to the NBA now. So, All-Star Weekend coming up this weekend in the Bay Area. San Francisco will be hosting the NBA All-Star Game. And we have some updated rosters. We'll get more into that in the next episode because I plan on doing an episode probably Thursday or Friday of this week. We have replacements. Trae Young has replaced Giannis Antetokounmpo as he's dealing with an injury. So Trae Young has been elevated to an all-star replacement. I know a lot of people in Atlanta are really happy about that because they felt like Trae Young was getting snubbed a lot. We talked about it before. Trae Young doesn't always get the respect he probably deserves. So good for Trae Young. It sucks we won't be able to see Giannis, one of the best players in the world, at the All-Star game. In the Western Conference, we also have a replacement. Anthony Davis, unfortunately, he didn't make it one game with the Mavericks, and he's injured again. This is what the issue with the Lakers had is you couldn't count on AD when you really needed to. He was ready to start a whole new era down in Dallas, and he's unfortunately injured. Last report is he could be out a few weeks, but he also has a replacement in the All-Star game. Kyrie Irving will be making a replacement place of Anthony Davis in the All-Star game, and that's good for Kyrie, man. A lot of Kyrie fans out there thought he was playing on that level to begin with. I'm excited to see Kyrie in the All-Star game. These kind of games really shine for Kyrie because he can do a lot of things. He can control tempo, whatever. We'll get into the All-Star coverage, like I said, in the next episode, because I'm just not a fan of that format. It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, now NBA All-Star replacements for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Anthony Davis. Crazy, they didn't make it. Anyway, so before I get you out of here, the Black Metallic 5s reimagined. Sneakerheads. What happened this past weekend? It was crazy out in the streets. We saw a lot of videos, fights, There was a shooting, I believe, in North Carolina. Hopefully nobody was seriously injured. I didn't think y'all was gonna act up, man. They told everybody you gonna have to get outside to get these sneakers. A lot of people went outside. A lot of people didn't get these sneakers, and people were upset. They say the hood really messes with fives, and apparently they were messing with these. So Nike, man, y'all, hey, this is what everybody asked for, right? Oh, they were releasing too many sneakers, too many shoes were out. It was too easy. I don't know why you complained about sneakers being easy to get. That shouldn't matter. If it's easy to get, that's great for us. But now, those days might be different now. We'll see going the rest of the year. A lot of great releases, but the black metallic fives, hey, I got my pair. I think I made a video about it. It's on my TikTok again. Follow me down below on TikTok, TheWiseSole. It's a good sneaker, man. It's a dope shoe. I hope everybody that was able to get it got it. And again, I hope you guys didn't have any issues, no fights, arguments, and all that. This is a big month, man. We got some heat coming this month, man. The Galaxy foams, apparently some of them will be releasing All-Star Weekend in the Bay Area. Hey, Bay Area people, if you want the Galaxy foams, you might want to be outside this weekend because they might drop out here, and this is going to be your chance. I believe they also have a mass release February 21st. That'll be the next big release 2 weeks from now. So you'll have another chance. So that's probably the next big release as far as Nike goes. Hey, it's going to be a fun month, man. It's going to be a fun month, sneakerheads. Are you going to get the Galaxy foams? Also, did you get the Black Metallic 5 reimagined? If you did, how did you feel about them? What did you think about them? Again, I thought it was a great sneaker. I'm happy I got it. I will be wearing that shoe soon. Soon. Real soon. No comment on when, but it'll be real soon. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys out of here. Wrap this episode up at the gold standard. Super Bowl champion Eagles, congratulations. Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, NBA All-Stars, congrats to you. And congrats to everybody who was able to cop a sneaker this weekend. I hope you continue to hit on any sneaker raffle you get into. It's been your boy Mac TheWiseSole. Don't forget, follow on the socials below. This is the gold standard. Don't also forget, subscribe and follow for more.